Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's show, the Frisco Report. We're in effect. Got Mike back here tonight with everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat box. Can't do this without you guys. Make sure you guys pound that like button on your way in or on the replay. But we have a lot to talk about here. We're getting down to it. What's up, Mike?
Am I in the Frisco Report? Is it? Let me touch it. Yep. I'm here at the Frisco Report.
You're in it, bro. You're in it. And we're here to talk about nothing but the Cowboys, unfiltered, no homerism, straight to it.
Homerism. I love it.
No sugarcoating, of course, because we're not about that. There's other channels for that. But we got one game left, regular season. Mike, and I just want to jump right into it, man. I want to jump right into it, get your thoughts on. Are you sitting anybody, or is everybody playing?
After the performance yesterday, everybody's going to play. That offense, they have to get this thing moving, man. Like, I don't understand what is going on with this offense, Joe. The holding penalties, them drop footballs, Dak Prescott over and under throwing, inconsistent quarterback play, inconsistent play calling, getting too cute with screens after screens. It's the whole entire offense, and you can't overthrow or underthrow Amari Cooper when he's open with a third string cornerback. You have to hit him, dude. Like that Cardinals game, dude. It was a disaster, and. Yeah, we lost by 3 points, but when we start moving the ball, second half, like it was ugly, Joe. It was ugly, and everybody has to play. Everybody has to play.
Yeah. It's not even. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't even be a discussion. I see it all over the place. Should they play? Should they say no? You're gonna get out there. You're gonna get your ass out there. Correct what you didn't do. They weren't physical enough. You know what I mean? Like. Get out there, show that you're physical and that you're ready, bro, that you're ready to make this run. I keep saying, I don't want to stumble into the playoffs. You stumble in, you're stumbling out first round. All right. That's just the fact, bro. It is. You know what I mean? So now you're facing the Eagles. They're going to be missing a lot of players. Fletcher Cox, we're not going to see him again. I don't think we saw him the first time. He's out again, COVID protocol. They've got a lot of key players out on COVID protocol. So this might be maybe it is a game where, we blow these guys out by the half, and then maybe that's where you consider, resting some of these guys. But I don't believe in starting the game, without these players out there.
I'm not a big fan. I've never been a big fan of the sitting because they set out midway through the third quarter last week against the football team, and they came in here and played like that against a depleted Cardinals defense, Joe. They need to figure this thing out, and it's too late to figure it out. Like, they don't have it.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, we're one and done. And
no. I mean, Bill Parcells said it best. You are what your record says you are. You are what you are, right? So 5 losses. You break down the losses and the way that you lost, and that you are what you are. You know what I mean? So if you haven't figured it out this late in the season, that's what the team is. There's no more relax. There's no more don't panic. There's no more of that. This is it. Like, it's time to face the music, bro. You know what I mean? So I want to beat these guys. I want to smash Philadelphia. That way, as a fan base, you get reinvigorated, and the AT&T Stadium will be rocking and rolling for that wild card game because they screwed up. They didn't get the number 2 seed, so now you just host one game, and you're likely gonna have to be on the road the rest of the way. That was a big bumbling, not locking up that number 2 seed, Mike.
Yeah, who doesn't play good on the road? Our wide receivers. Our wide receivers are trash on the road. So, and Dak Prescott, the way he looked at home against these Cardinals, against the Broncos, against the Raiders, that was all home games. And he looked like trash. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. From the eye test of what I've seen.
The eye test, that's what it is, and that's what Mike McCarthy's been saying in his press conferences. That they keep asking him. It's the same thing. He said he's done it this way. He's done it where they've sat and they've had success, and they haven't had success, and he's done it where they have, not, and they've done good and they've done bad. So it's really just the makeup of the team, right? This team, they're better. They're better this year, but they're still missing some parts here. I still think that there's some Garrett guys on this team that need to get out of here on the offensive side now. You know what I mean? Because I think they've done a good job of slowly flushing out, picking out the weeds on defense, right? Offense, that's a different story, and I think the offseason will address that. But Mike, as far as this game goes, somebody mentioned the kicker. Let's talk about the sucky-ass kicker, Mike. So the kicker, Greg Zuerlein, I know it's just a kicker, and I want to know what everybody in the chat box think, but do you feel that a kicker can take away momentum in a game by missing a field goal? I always have myself, like, you go down the field, you're moving the ball down, and you come away with nothing. And I think it just takes the wind out of yourselves. What's your thought, guys? And Mike, what's your thought on the kicker here?
No, 100%. I think if you look at the losses and you look how many points he missed in those losses, okay, he's left 14 points on the field in the 5 losses that we've had. Cowboys haven't lost a game. I think it was by like 8 points. Okay, you take that average, those 5 games, 2.5 games are on him. Okay, you drive down the field. Dak, as inconsistent as he is, you get down that field, you better get some points, right? But we talk about the red zone, how horrible the red zone offense been all year. Okay, it's been garbage. So for us to get down there, knowing we got a crappy red zone offense, and for him to leave points on the field, it's unacceptable, Joe. That's his job. His job is to kick the ball off, and his job is to make the field goals. And if you can't do that, Joe, why are you here? Kai Forbath went 10 for 10, and they chose him over Kai Forbath, and it blows my mind.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned in the comments that's Fossil's boy, and it's true. That he's from LA. That's an example of what we didn't like with the previous regimes, right? And last year, like, favoritism. This sort of. I like Cobra Kai. Kai Forbath. I thought, why, dude? I thought he was doing pretty good for us. He would definitely be better than this guy's doing. You know what I mean? Do you trust him if a game comes down to a field goal, bro? Can you imagine, like, and it could be a short field goal. This guy misses extra points. He misses short field goals. He sucks, bro. Like, I'm terrified. Like, that's why, they keep talking about, the offense is gonna wake up in the playoffs. We're gonna be, this and that. They better, because you don't want it to come down to a field goal. You know what I mean?
Right. No, you don't want it to come down to a field goal, because shout out to my wife, man. But she every time Greg Zuerlein goes out there to line up, she's like, I can't watch this. I can't trust him. Like, big shout out to my wife there. But no, dude, like, it's mind blowing that. And I don't think Mike McCarthy tried. Look at all the times we went for 4th down and we didn't even kick that field goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I mean, you get in those situations, you have to make them. And I think someone put it on there. He's 80% completion on his field goal. That's Brett Maher numbers. Brett Maher is out of a job. You know what I'm saying? So why is he still on this team? Why didn't we keep the Hallelujah guy who replaced him when Greg Zuerlein had COVID? Like, it don't make any sense to me. Like, Bones Fossil, Bones Fossil changed special teams around. I know 2020 was a rough start, But you look at all the punt blocks and the formations and things that we got going on, he changed it. But his only flaw, Joe, is not letting Greg Zuerlein go.
Yeah, man. He's terrible, bro. Like, honestly, like, I will question this organization if they even bring him back. You know what I mean? Like, it's gotta be once the season's over, boom, kick him out of the building. All right, get his scanning card, take it from him, and that's it. Bring in anybody. So yeah, the kicker, man, a big issue there. As far as like getting, and it's not even about getting on track because it's like it's too late for this. This is like talking about withholding plays, the playoff plays. Kellen Moore secret playoff plays. There's no such thing. I don't believe that there's any kind of secret plays out there, Mike. I think that's a myth, right? Because you play to win the game. You're going to use everything in your arsenal to win a game. I think it's the stupidest thing to be like, we're holding it, we're waiting. You know what I mean?
The problem that I have, and there's no extra plays in the playbook. There just isn't. I think the problem that we have is, I think this year alone, I think we only had 2 games with Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator where we actually scored on the first possession in the first quarter of the game. And before that, it's 2 games this year early on in the season where we actually scored on the first possession. Before that, Joe, we had 21 games where we didn't score on the opening drive under Kellen Moore. What does that tell you? When you on your first drive, and that goes for anybody, any team, it's scripted. Okay? Mm-hmm. You practice these plays, you study the opponent's defense, you practice these plays, you put that script together. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And you go get your points. Kellen Moore lacks that ability. I don't understand, and I've never really been a Kellen Moore fan. Even when we had success, I said I didn't trust him. He's too inconsistent. Mm-hmm. I don't understand where the hype is with Kellen Moore. Like, people say he's smart and creative. He can't get the running game fixed. He can't get Coop and Lamb concept routes to get open. Like, where is the brains that everybody's talking about? I haven't seen it, Joe. Have you?
It's manufactured, and it's manufactured like it was manufactured for Garrett. Oh, Garrett, he's the next up-and-coming genius. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. You had Terrell Owens, Hall of Fame Terrell Owens. You had, all these other super talented players that really elevated and masked that crap. And I feel like there's some of that with Kellen Moore. There's masking because, they're pretty loaded, but now I think he's getting really exposed because he's going up against top-end defensive coordinators. They figured him out. They figured out this defense. Old man Vic Fangio has seen everything, so he knew what to do. And is there a blueprint? Yeah, there's a blueprint, right? And Kellen Moore, in my opinion, hasn't been able to figure out the blueprint and create a new scheme, right? People saying he has no scheme. The scheme is like the Garrett type of crap. I really think that this team needs to move on from him. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, he has the biggest guy in his corner with Jerry Jones. All right. So that's a big problem, bro. That's a big, big problem.
No, it's a big problem, Joe. And I don't want creativity. I want efficiency. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to scheme Zeke and Pollard to run the football. Look at Washington. We couldn't run the football. Dak Prescott fumbled. They got back into the game. So many things. We can't close out football games, Joe. Yeah. That's on the offensive coordinator. He has to be able to put a game plan together and execute it. The players have to execute it, right, to close out football games. The mojo moments. Remember that in Hard Knocks? Mojo moments.
Yeah, mojo moments.
That's what that stuff is. Right now, it's there's no mojo on this offense. There's zero mojo. And
Yeah.
Kellen Moore is a big part of that, but when your quarterback is inconsistent and your wide receivers drop balls and your offensive line has holding penalties, that's on the coaching staff, right? That's on the player. That's on everybody on the opposite side of the ball. If it wasn't for this defense, Joe, I don't know if we have, what are we, 12-5, 12-4, whatever we are? I don't know if we have the record. I honestly don't. The defense won us and carried us in a lot of these wins.
Yeah, no doubt. The defense, especially here in the second part, I think rose us from what looked like we're going the wrong way, right? Primetime Phil, I like what you're saying here. I think it's the same situation as our defense. He chose the wrong coordinator and needs to replace for a better, right? So Mike Nolan, that was the wrong choice. Dan Quinn, hopefully we're keeping Dan Quinn. He's going to have people knocking on the door for him. Kellen Moore, I believe, the situation with Kellen Moore, I think is gonna be equivalent to Bill Parcells not wanting Terrell Owens. This might be such an issue where it creates a rift where they're gonna end up screwing this crap up. You know what I mean? So let's see what Jerry Jones does here, and I mean let's hope that these guys turn it on in the playoffs, and we don't have to worry about this. But you really have to go by what the whole scope of the season. What have you seen? You know what I mean? And we've seen a lot of struggling, here and there, and especially in the losses where they look like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like it's like one day you're kicking ass, next game you're getting your teeth kicked in, right?
Well,
So
what sucks is when you're kicking ass, it's against losing teams.
yeah, it's what it is, bro.
Like, you look at all the measurement stick games, Joe, this year that we had. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, week 1. People could tell me it was a close game, this, that, and third. We lost it. That was a playoff game, you're done. The Chiefs, our defense held them 19 points. If that's the playoff game in the Super Bowl, you lose. You're done. The Raiders, you lose. You're done. Cardinals, you lose. You're done. Like, you look at the losses, you got to win. You have to win. You have to know how big your measuring stick is. Sure, we beat the Chargers, but in reality, you go back and watch the game, they beat themselves, right? So you look at all that, and you piece it together. I know Just Blaze said he trusts his team 100%. Kudos to you, brother, but my eyes are wide open. I don't trust them.
Yeah, and that's what the thumbnail is, right? And I want to ask everybody in the chat box, actually, while we're on the subject, do you, as a fan, in your heart of hearts, do you trust this team to go deep in the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like, ideally, you want to win that first game, but what is your trust level in the team? You know what I mean? Like, let me know in the comments. Is it 10? 10 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. Let me know in the comments in the chat box. What is your trust level for the Cowboys going deep in that badge? All right. How deep are they going to go in that badge? All right. Is it do you trust them to be 10 or is it going to be a 1? You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let's see what we got here in the chat box. Just Blaze, 100% trusting team, even this isn't our year per se. We got a freaking dynasty on paper. And that's the thing that I hate is, like, we always go into training camp on paper, right? Where is it good on paper? But the games are won on the field, and these guys, they're just inconsistent at the most inopportune times. You know what I mean? And from some of our star players, CeeDee Lamb dropping passes, Dak Prescott fumbling and bumbling the ball in critical moments. I mean, we've seen this type of football before. I mean, Romo did this to us, like throwing an interception at the most inopportune time. Miles Austin losing the ball in the lights. Now it's CeeDee Lamb missing the ball because of the visor or whatever the hell. Like, I'm just tired of the excuses, Mike. And for me, what is my trust level? I'm gonna say it's at a 6. You know what I mean? Like I'm at a 6. I'm kind of like riding it where I'm like, I won't be surprised if they win. I won't be surprised if they lose. Like You know what I mean? And you can tell with this team. You can tell in the first drives. You can tell. Are we going to be physical? You know what I
Right.
mean?
No, 100%, Joe. I'm actually a 5. I'm 50, and the reason I'm a 5 is because I don't know about the offense, and I trust the defense, and I like our special teams. That puts me at a 5, Joe. The offense, like people tell, there's a saying, and I said it forever: defense wins championships, right? But you evolve. The league evolved. It's a passing league. I think the average points of a Super Bowl the last 10 years, I think it was 28 points. And so the expectation is, can the offense put up 28 points? In this slump, it don't look like they can. And that's scary, Joe. We put up 29 week 1 against the Bucks, and we didn't win, right? So they have to be able to put up points against good defenses. Can they do that? That's why I'm a 5. Can our defense make stops at opportune times? Dan Quinn, I drink the Dan Quinn Kool-Aid. I said that in the offseason, even before the season started, right? Yeah. I don't know why you have the fastest linebacker in football and he's not spying Kyler Murray. It blew my mind. Dan Quinn, he messed up one time this year, and it was against the Cardinals, not spying Kyler Murray. So I do trust Dan Quinn. I do trust Bones Fossil. I don't trust Greg Zuerlein, and I don't trust this offense. So the people that I don't trust are supposed to be putting points on the board, Joe. I don't trust our field goal kicker, and I don't trust their offense, Joe. I don't know where to go. I'm a 5 all day.
Yeah, no, and everybody has good points along the board. Appreciate everybody in the chat box with your opinion on where you feel. So yeah, great there. Appreciate everybody in the chat box. Got a super chat here from A. Lavelle in the house with a $10 super chat. What's up, Joe and Mike? Happy New Year to both you and your family. Happy New Year too, bro. Happy New Year for real. This team has to stay focused and stick to the game plan. Inconsistency doesn't win you anything. Let's go, Cowboys. Appreciate you, A. Lavelle.
Yeah, 100%, A. Lavelle. Appreciate you. Happy New Year to you and yours. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. I missed all you guys the 3 weeks that I was out. Space Cowboy Cowboys blog held it down for me last week. But no, inconsistency, man. And in football, the opposite of that is continuity. And the team don't have that, right?
Yeah.
And so the result is the inconsistency. You can't Zeke can't run a 17-yard gain and then it gets called back because Connor Williams wants to hold, or Tyron Smith wants to hold, or Lale Collins wants to hold. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be efficient. And this offense is not Amari Cooper can't be 18 yards down the field and Dak Prescott's throwing it to the turf 5 yards away from him, or he's throwing it to the fourth row in the stadium. Like that can't happen. Like these guys got to get it together. And A. Lavelle, they have to stay focused and be efficient.
Yeah, you hit it on the head, man. They can't be. They got to be consistent, right? And it's that's what it is, man. When they're consistent, they can put on a show, and it's a beautiful thing. And we get the bravado back, we get the confidence back. But man, when they don't put it together and they're not in sync, it's scary. It's scary, ugly, bro. You know. So let's see, man. Let's see which of these guys show up, man. It starts on Sunday though, or so it starts on Saturday night. They can't come out here and lollygag around, look half-ass. And that kind of thing.
And I'm telling you right now, the Eagles, they put up points. They figured out a way to put up points. So can our offense match the points on Saturday? Right? Can our offense match those points on Saturday? And can the defense stop them from scoring? Can that happen?
We will see. Primetime Phil with the $19.99 super chat. Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year to you, Primetime Phil. Sure, you guys hit up Primetime Phil, his up and coming channel. He's got some good stuff over there, man.
No, 100%. Yeah, y'all subscribe to him. Guys, we got almost 60 viewers here. We got 28 likes. Can we get 30 likes? I need 2 people to smash that like button. Can you get us to 30 likes? I need 2 people. Who's going to do it? 2 people.
2 people hit that like button. I saw something here. What am I? Where was it? Let me see if I can find this one. Soup Trap. Here this thing just keeps on moving. I'm trying to click on Soup Trap's comment here. Here we go, Soup Trap. The main problem is the O-line and Kellen's play calling. Philbin needs a fire under his ass to get the O-line in sync. Even Martin is not playing up to standard. Yeah, Soup Trap. And I think this is going to be addressed in the offseason. I really 100% honestly believe that there's going to be a big shakeup here. You know what I mean? Because the continuity, like you said, Mike, and I've been saying it too, is you can't keep the shuffling around. You can't keep having guys coming in and out the lineup rusty, and we know who we're talking about. I mean, it's got to end. It's got to. We can't keep doing it, man. We can't keep on with that. Philbin, I think, has actually done a good job as far as like coaching up some of the younger guys. I think we've seen an improved Biadish. I think they've really done really well, elevating Terrence Steele from an undrafted free agent to getting starter reps and looking pretty good at moments, looking pretty good. So, but the offseason, Mike, I think, what's your take on the offensive line? And, Soup Trap here saying that's one of the main problems.
I don't trust Connor McGovern, so what we have is what we got. And Joe Philbin, I don't know what he's teaching these guys to be on the outside of shoulder pads. But if you're on the outside of shoulder pads, it's a holding call every time. You have to teach the guys to get in here. They go out here, it's holding. If they pull them, they grab them by the neck, it's holding. Joe Philbin, do I need to coach the offensive line for you? Like, they benched him. He came back, guess what? And he cooled down. He cooled down. But guess what's up and coming? Back to the holding penalty because he's outside the shoulder pads. You have to stay on that. If you're a good coach, discipline is in your practice, right? If you see him holding a practice, put Connor McGovern for a couple plays and let him think about what the hell he did, right? I guarantee that don't happen in practice. I'm not there. I don't know, but I can tell you that it ain't happening. It all starts with discipline and coaching, and if Connor Williams is still holding, it's a reflection of the coaching staff.
Yeah, they had – I counted 3 very critical holds that negated drives, and that's that crap hurts, man. 3 and 15 versus, 3 or a first down. Sometimes you get a first down run negated. You know what I mean? A pass negated, or just down in distance has been killing this team. Jimmy Johnson, when he talked about playing the Bills in the Super Bowl, what did he say? He said, they're sloppy. They turn the ball over. They do this and that. We're going to beat them. I feel that he describes kind of some of the traits that the Cowboys are. We're at moments we're sloppy. We commit penalties. We've cleaned up turning the ball over, which is huge. Compared to last year, they really turned that around. But man, those penalties are killing us.
Joe, when I played, we played a 3-4 defense at my school in high school. I wasn't nowhere near Micah Parsons, but I was the outside linebacker who always rushed. Right? If we arm tackled, we were benched for a couple of plays, if not a whole series. We had to wrap up every time, whether it was legs, helmets, whatever. We had to wrap up. And if we arm tackled, we were benched. And I don't understand why this coaching staff is allowing poor tackling. These guys are trying to knock out the football than to tackle. This team is holding outside the pads instead of inside the pads. I don't understand who is supposed to be teaching fundamentals, because what I've seen, Joe, they're not teaching it.
Yeah. No, you're right on the way Philbin teaches the offensive lineman. I think it's Brent Coleman. He does really good film study. He has a specific video on the coaching style of Philbin and how his style, they're able to get away with these type of like maneuvers where it's like a bear hug, like you said, outside the shoulder pads. But we're getting burnt here with certain players, right? So It's a different type of style. It's definitely not a what we're used to. So, but I don't know, man. It's a crazy thing, but the offensive line it's definitely a big one here. Yeah, I said it. Appreciate the super chat 4.99. Sheba Dog writing with a brush, writing number 1 on a piece of paper. That might be like a riddle there for you, Mike. I'm thinking he's talking about cryptocurrency, Shiba.
Hey, you right. We with cryptocurrency, Shiba Inu, not financial advice. Do your own research. Get that out of the way. But we will be number 1. It's a community-based token. Do your own research. It's decentralized, so they can't add supply to it. We're burning the supply. I got my T-shirt. I got my mug. I'm getting postcards here soon. So back to football.
Back to football, indeed. Palm Tree City 1 with the $5 donation. Do you have a brother named Juan Rodriguez? You look so much like a friend of mine. Also, I don't think we're doing good on the playoffs with this offense. Palm Tree City 1?
Do you have a brother named Juan?
Yeah, we're all related. If you're Rodriguez, we're related, bro. All right.
Yeah.
So
if you're Pablo Sanchez, Sasuke, familia.
Yeah, you're related. So now I appreciate that super chat, bro. As far as your gut feeling, man. Sometimes you gotta go with what you've been seeing, right? Like in the heart of hearts, if your team is gonna be ready to make a run, right? You really do but I feel like you have to have gone through this type of season, man. You know what I mean? Like I've been through those 89 early 90s teams, but I went through the regression with Jimmy, and you saw what a team with grit and dog and and these type of teams look like, and that's the level that I hold a lot of these Cowboys teams to. Like my bar is very high, bro. You know what I mean? So when I see what I'm seeing, it's not hating. It's just criticizing, and everybody's free to criticize a player. And I think the word hating is just used too loosely. You know what I mean? Like, you can criticize players. You can criticize a team, coaches, and, that's how it should be. You know what I mean?
Man,
I'm with you though, bro.
I see, Joe, may I unleash? No, I'm just kidding. I won't unleash, but like, fan is short for fanatic, okay? And when you vent about your team, when you can critique your team, when you can go to games, when you can go to drafts, when you can go to training camps, when you can tour the stadium, the Star, when you buy jerseys galore, right? When you do all this stuff, and you're going to tell somebody they're not a true fan for voicing their opinion and not riding on unicorns and going through rainbows looking for Skittles like you are.
Yeah.
My question to the people who said that, have you been to a game? Have you been to the Star? Have you been to the stadium? Have you been to a draft? Have you been to a training camp? Have you done these things? If you haven't, don't ever question my fanhood if you're just sitting on the TV for however old you are. You see what I'm saying? Like, we put blood, sweat, tears. We talk about this at least an hour a day. An hour a week, excuse me. We buy the crap. We fall for the stupid gimmicks. Oh, this is the year, right? We fall for the stupid gimmicks. So we have every right.
Do that face again. Do that face again.
Which one?
This is the year.
This is the year. Wait, this is the year, yo. This is the year. So when you get all that done and you get all that stuff and it don't happen, and you look at what your investment is for the Cowboys, knowing that you put money in the players' pockets, Jerry Jones's pockets, and they don't produce, hire somebody, let them sit on your couch. If you hire a house cleaner, let them get in your recliner, pop up their feet, and watch TV. Because you won't be a true boss if you don't let them do that. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm making sure that house lady is doing her damn job. I got to make sure these players in this organization is doing their damn job because I invest in that.
Yeah,
don't ever question anybody's fanhood, ever, if they go off on this damn team.
Yeah, there's definitely that faction of fans out there, right? That get kind of quirky. But everybody here on this channel, you guys are down for the truth and no sugarcoating, which we appreciate all you guys here, everybody that does a super chat. Wilson Santiago, what's up, bro? Having a great season and needing teams to lose. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. You know, when you look at where they were last year and where we're at this year, definitely an improvement. You know what I mean? I definitely acknowledge that. I love that. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see going from 6-10 to 7-9 or even worse, right? So definitely the team is definitely going in the right direction as far as. But they definitely have pieces that are broken right now in the offense. Like you got gears, right, in the watch. When one of them kind of goes out, starts going out, it doesn't run as well, right? So, and you know, there's parts in this team that need to be replaced, you know, and I think we'll see that in the offseason. But let's see what this version of this team will do. Let's see how deep we can go. You know, let's see how deep we can go. Appreciate
Everybody,
that, bro.
if you attack people for critiquing this team, read Mario Flores' comment, and I'll just leave it at that.
Let's see what else we got in here, bro. Man, I saw a good question here. Here we go. The lunatic coming in clutch with this question here. All right.
Big shout out to the lunatic.
The lunatic. Question, Joe. Cowboys Corner. What is Zeke's role now? Because it looks like he's just blocking. He looks like he's just a blocking back now. Mike, this is a great question. I'll let you go first on your take there on that question.
Man, I'm torn because the success that this team's had has been on the back of Ezekiel Elliott over the last 6 years. And I'm torn between this question because of that and because Zeke is a very unique back. Zeke is a passionate player. He gives it all on the field. He's had some boneheaded off-the-field mistakes early in his career. Joe, this offseason I talked about, welcome to the NFL, Ezekiel Elliott. You finally grew up, right? And it's hard to critique him because a running back life expectancy to play football in the NFL is 5 to 7 years, okay? And when I see Ezekiel Elliott get ran down as fast as he did, the guy's knees is hurt, his ankles are hurting, his thighs are hurting, everything's hurting on Zeke, and it tears me up. But the value that he puts on the field, knowing that he's hurt for pass blocking, is a big testament to the team because it gives Dak time to throw that ball. He's still out there chipping. He might pick up 1 yard. He might lose 1 yard. He might pick up 5 yards. But I'm telling you, he's given it all he has on each carry, and it tears me to pieces because Zeke is the dog. He's the animal. Stephen Jones once called him the straw that stirs the drink, right? And it sucks that he is just a pass blocker right now. It sucks that he can't catch the football on certain given moments. And it sucks that he can't give all that he has on the field because he's limited to a knee brace because of a knee injury, right? But when Zeke's healthy, Zeke will never be 2016 Zeke ever again. But what he brings to this team and the value of what he adds to this team, it's sad to say that all he can do right now is pass block.
Yeah, no, that's everything in a nutshell. You said it right there, Mike. It's what it is. And yeah, because Tony Pollard, he's as good as he is. He's not his pass blocking is not even half of what Zeke is. You know what I mean? So, and none of the other running backs are. You know, whether it was Rico Dowdle who can't stay healthy, or any of the other guys. So, you know, a career arc is this, right? And he had a fantastic offseason. He's been in the best shape ever. But, you know, at a certain point, there's an arc, you know, and I feel like he's right. Okay, like this 2016, I feel like he's right here. And you know that roller coaster feeling when you're right there and you're about to go down, you feel that adrenaline in your nuts. I feel like he's right there. And honestly, we're gonna. It's another wasted talent, bro. Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup, another one, right? So it is kind of a sad thing here. You know what I mean? These guys can't run forever. Ran him into the ground, literally. All right. So yeah, the lunatic. That's kind of what he is right now, and they're not afraid. They're not even stuck in the box anymore because they know that you got a gimpy back. Both of them, right? Pollard, he's got the blown out plantar fasciitis. So they're kind of hobbled right now, man, offensively, and I think that's gonna hurt them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Zeke is a warrior indeed, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely a warrior.
Joe, will we keep Gallup? I don't think so, bro. I think that injury that's it. You know what I mean? Could you get him on the cheap because of the injury?
No, nope.
I don't know. And it's an ACL, right?
Yep.
That's what it was. That's a major injury. So big injury this late in the season. He's probably not going to be ready for preseason. You know that's a long recovery. Definitely not going to be ready for mini camp, training camp. So who knows, man? Maybe you could get him on the cheap. Yeah, but that's it. But he's going to be looking for the payday. But man, injured like that, it's going to be hard for him.
He's going to the Colts. I'm calling it right now. That's where he's going.
Yeah, so somebody needs him. Somebody will pay him more than the Cowboys are going to willing to pay. The Cowboys, they may give him like a I don't know $7 million deal or something, but he'll get way more than that. He'll get probably double that, even with the injury. So I don't expect them to be back. You know what I mean? They're probably going to go to the draft. They might re-sign one of these guys, Cedric Wilson probably. But they got to get better there. You know, they're going to be in the wide receiver market. You know what I mean? I know that. Let's see what we got here, bros, in the chat box. Appreciate everybody with the questions and comments. If you have any more, keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Let's see what else we got here in the comments, guys. Questions and comments. Appreciate everybody in the chat box, man. It's been a great show tonight, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Here we go. I had one here on. Let's see if I can pull this one up here. Here we go. Come on. Nope, didn't want to do it. Somebody had a good question here. If I can get it. There we go. Aaron. Good question here by Aaron. Does Blake Jarwin coming back mean tighter O-line blocking, rush game back on track? Yeah, Aaron. So no, I don't think so. So Blake Jarwin, he's a down the field tight end, right? He's a pass catching tight end. So you know, I think a lot of us saw that tweet from Arlovsky about Jarwin being a blocking tight end, and he just didn't know the team, right? So Jarwin, getting Jarwin back, if he is in fact back, because they activated him, so they've got 28. They have 21 days to determine whether or not he is in fact going to play. You know what I mean? But he gives you another weapon down the field, right? And that's good. That's good for the offense. That's another weapon down the field. You can open it up a little bit more. Because we have been missing that. With the double tight end sets, it's just been Schultz and McEwen. And as good as I like McEwen, he's not a really down the field pass catching tight end. You know what I mean? He's more of a clone of. He's kind of like between a Jeff Swaim and a Dalton Schultz. You know what I mean? That's who McEwen is. So he's not really a down the field tight end, in my opinion. So, what's your thoughts, Mike?
See, this is where I get so frustrated. I got to take off the glasses for this one. When we had Cooper out, CeeDee Lamb out, Tyron Smith out, Lyle Collins was suspended. What was the narrative, Joe? Reinforcements coming. It came for the defense, but it never came for the offense. When I see that people are talking about Blake Jarwin coming in here to block and do all these things, Dalton Schultz beat him out at training camp. Dalton Schultz beat him out in everything you can think of. Blake Jarwin lost his starting position. So a second-string tight end supposed to come in here and change this offense around. Remember when Cooper was coming back to change the offense around? Gallup was supposed to come back. All these guys, all these reinforcements, and it hasn't happened yet. Guys, stop doing that because it leads to an upset. To have Jarwin back is good, but he's not really going to add that much asset to it if we can't get the ball. If we can't get the ball to Cooper and Lamb, what makes you think we can get the ball to like Jarwin, right? I'm not being a dubby. What is it called? A Nancy hater or a dubby downer? I don't know what the hell it's called, but
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm just letting you know that that's just the reality of it. And I don't know where he can help because you got guys like Cooper and Lamb and Schultz and Tony Pollard, and we're not doing nothing with it. Blake Jarwin coming back ain't going to help much at all.
Yeah, it's a good point about if you can't get it to your Ferraris. It's like the Ferraris are stuck in the garage. You know what I mean? Like they're just looking pretty in the garage. So yeah, that's a good point too, Mike. You make a good point there. We'll see, man. I think we're gonna find out. Let's see what he does. I like this question here, Charboy. Joe, what about Turner, Malik Turner? He's sneaky good at getting separation. Yeah, I think he's this is a little. He's a really good steal, man. Like he missed last season, right? Had a good. He had basically made the team, right? But he got hurt last year at the end, right? This year, kind of the similar thing, right? On fire, kind of got hurt at the end of the preseason. It was like, is he making the team or not? I like his progression is really good, man. I think you have yourself a good little free agent steal there with Malik Turner, and that's why I think like they're gonna be. Mike McCarthy is a wide receiver guy, and when he was in Green Bay, he drafted a lot of wide receivers.
You call it.
Yeah, Greg Jennings, Devontae Adams, Reggie, what the heck was his name?
Nelson.
Reggie Cobb? What was his name?
Cobb?
Randall Cobb, yeah. So just has a history of getting receivers, not even necessarily first round receivers, right? So I think this draft you're going to see some of that McCarthy magic working with Will McClay and bringing in another guy. You know what I mean? So I'm not really worried about the wide receiver. Malik Turner is a good guy to have in the mix, and that's why you're going to let go of Noah Brown. They're not bringing Noah Brown back. He's done. Cedric, maybe. Noah Brown, he's gone. You got Turner. So, yeah, man, he is good. He's good at getting separation, dude. He's made some good plays, and maybe he'll be a little bit of a catalyst, an unsung hero. You know what I mean? I think you're going to need some unsung heroes to make this run, Mike.
Yeah, no, I like Malik Turner. I've always liked him. I always said it's my player to watch in the preseason. Didn't really show up too much in the preseason, but when he got his opportunity, when the actual lights are on, I think he stepped up. Mm-hmm. And then to follow up with his question, he says, "Joe, is this the end of Noah Brown?" I think it could be. And as long as we can keep Malik Turner and keep developing him, I like his shiftiness. I like his route running. I like his speed. I like his hands. I like everything about Malik Turner, and I did like him this offseason. I talked about him a lot on the Frisco Report. So Malik Turner is my dude.
You make a really good point, Mike, and I want to highlight your comment on he did good when the lights came on because it never fails. Every offseason there's a pet cat. Oh, this Vasher. Nah. These guys, they fall apart when the lights fall on. Andy Jones, Lenoir, there's a whole list of these guys. When the lights came on, they didn't show up, but Malik Turner did, and I think he's a keeper, somebody to have in the mix, right? You're usually going to carry 5 to 6 wide receivers every year. That's kind of the sweet spot for the Cowboys. And just looking ahead, I think he's going to nab one of those spots.
I think so too, because he just has to stay consistent. And they might, if we lose Gallup, they're probably going to draft a wide receiver here in the first 3 rounds. So, and then Amari Cooper's contract, what do they do with that? Because they could free up some money later on in the offseason. So it's going to be kind of tricky to see what they do. It's going to be a fun offseason right here on the Frisco Report.
It is. There's going to be a lot of action for the Cowboys roster this year. They're not going to sit on a lot of these contracts. You know what I mean? And there's going to be some big names. There's going to be some movement, some churning, and we're here for it because we got to keep getting better, and that's how you get better. You keep the talent coming in. You got to keep the talent coming in. You know what I mean? As much as we love certain players, we get attached. You gotta continue to bring in the youth movement, bro.
See, Wilson Santiago, I don't know if I agree with that. I really don't agree with that at all. Nice what if though. I like your what ifs, but I just
what is it? What is it? I got to find it.
It says, "What if Dak doesn't trust Coop?"
Oh,
nice what if, but absolutely not.
No, yeah. I think it's just Kellen Moore, bro. I tried to. Well, I have a couple of videos that I'm making for the off season that I have coming up that really, we'll discuss the roster, but I definitely can't release them now. We'll wait till the season ends, but I have a lot of research in motion, comparative numbers, and this sorts of thing. So it's gonna be nonstop action here. Frisco Report, Cowboys blog, but we do appreciate everybody here about this team. We appreciate you guys rocking and rolling with us through the draft, through the off season, through the draft. We had a great draft coverage. We had a great
draft.
Yeah.
First round draft show. That was fun.
Training camp. All the coverage was fun. All you guys rocked with us. So, man, we appreciate you guys. And, we'll see. However this team goes, we're going to be here for it, and we're going to be here to talk about it. So that's what we're here for. But I think that's it for tonight, guys. I really do appreciate all you guys sticking with us. Like I said, make sure you guys pound that like button on the way out.
If you haven't already.
It helps the channel immensely. Mike, let everybody know where they can find you, bro, if they haven't already.
Yeah, absolutely. Cowboys Corner right here on YouTube. _ Cowboys Corner on Twitter, guys. You follow, I follow back. So I don't subscribe back because I don't want I don't subscribe back, but I'll follow back on Twitter. So definitely check me out there, and you'll definitely get a follow back for sure.
That's it, guys. That's all we have. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate everybody in the chat box.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Let's beat up the Eagles. Let's take that momentum to the playoffs, baby. Peace.
On one side, but that guy on the other.
That's what I'm talking about, Joe.
Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah.
That was good.
That was great, bro. Great show.